The Sharks versus Cardiff in Durban. There's honestly a lot on the line in this game. Cardiff trying to stay in the top 8. They're looking really good throughout the season. And the Sharks on the up right now, trying to get into the top 8. It's going to be a really big fight for both these teams. And looking at the history of these games, Cardiff's actually got the better of the Sharks, believe it or not. In the last 4 times these guys have played against each other, Cardiff has won 3 and the Sharks have won 1. And in this game, 50% of the time, first try wins. So whoever scores first, don't get excited if you are a fan of these teams, because this game is not decided by whoever wins first. This is normally a bit of a grind between both these teams, and it's going to be an awesome game. Both teams have selected some really strong sides, and in this video we're going to be going over who they've selected, who we think is going to win. We're going to be giving a bit of a prediction, and we're going to be going over why we think they're going to win. But in the last 5 games for the Sharks, they've won 3, they've lost 2, losing to the Bulls at Loftus and losing to the Lions at Ellis Park. Both of those teams really on the up right now as well. They've beaten the Stormers twice, and they've beaten Munster 45 points to 0. That is a very big warning sent to the rest of the URC that the Sharks do not play around at home. And to be honest, the Sharks in Durban is an extremely difficult team to beat. If you do manage to do it, you can honestly count yourself lucky, because that is a very, very tough place to go win. Cardiff in their last 5 games have won 2 and lost 3, losing to Exeter, beating Benetton, losing to Ulster, very close game, just beating Leinster 8 points to 7 and a really good win at home, losing to the Bulls 40 points to 7, but the Bulls right now are looking like a really tough team to beat. So in the table for the URC, the Sharks are on number 11 right now with 29 points, about 11 points behind Cardiff, who's in 5th. A really good spot to be right now for Cardiff, but there's going to be a lot of pressure. I mean, if you think the Lions are going to try to keep their spots in the top 8, the Bulls are going to try to keep their spots in the top 8, Munster's going to try to keep their spots in the top 8, Connacht, Benetton and the Sharks really fighting for a spot in the top 8 as well. This game honestly has a lot on the line, and I think it's going to really look like it. Players playing with a lot of desperation, players really playing to try and make the playoffs for this tournament. I really like about the URC nowadays is that these teams really want to make the playoffs, and they're taking the tournament so seriously. So it's just really good to see. But let's look at the teams they've selected for this game. The Sharks have gone for a very strong team. Number 1, Patu Ganyane, a really good young prop. Went to Glenwood High School a few years ago. He's only, I think, 2 or 3 years out of school now, but he's looking like the real deal. Number 2, Fez Mbata, also a local talent from Maritzburg College, a really good player for the Sharks team and a leader in the squad as well. Number 3, Henry Jacobs. Number 4, Emil van Heerden. Number 4, Jason Jenkins. Number 5, Emil van Heerden, who's had a really good season. And honestly, before the season started, I wasn't too much of a fan of Emil van Heerden and how he's been playing. I know he was good in high school, but now Emil van Heerden this year has really stepped up his game and become a leader in this team. Number 6, Pepsi Buthelezi. Number 7, Vincent Chuchuka. Number 8, Nick Hatton. So quite a mixture of experience and young players in the forward pack. A very exciting forward pack for the Sharks. Probably not their strongest team that they can put out. I do think if the quarterfinals were played today, this probably wouldn't be the team they'd select, but this is a team that they can go out there and trust. I mean, this forward pack is still very strong, got some really good experience in it, and all these guys are on form right now, playing really good rugby. Looking at number 9, Bradley Davids, the young guy for the Sharks, a very good player in this team. Number 10, Jordan Hendricks, so he's taken over the number 10 jersey. As is, there was a lot of speculation. George Whitehead, is he going to stay and take the number 10 jersey? Is Sia Masuku the right guy to take the team forward? But JP Peterson has put his full trust in Jordan Hendricks going forward. He looks like the guy for the job to really steer this team forward, and he's looking a lot better recently. Number 11, Makazole Mapimpi, playing his 101st game for the Sharks, an absolute Sharks legend, and he is such a good try scorer. He's been scoring tries for the Sharks and for the Springboks for years now, and he's going to look to do the same against Cardiff. Number 12, Andre Esterhuizen and captain. This has been probably the player of the season for the Sharks. Andre Esterhuizen has been absolutely phenomenal, and just the way he's been playing for the Sharks has put him firmly in the spot to be in the number 23 for the Springboks every single week. And his centre pairing alongside Ethan Hooker, who makes his return this week, is one of the best in world rugby right now. I mean, Ethan Hooker and Andre Esterhuizen are looking like a scary centre combination. And if you think they together as a centre combination are probably the second best centre combination for the Springboks, it's quite scary. But I do think that they are going to get a lot more game time together in the green and gold this year. They've proven it for the Sharks at the highest level of club rugby. Can they push this team forward and get them to the top? I think the one big decision that JP Peterson made this year is keeping those two in the centres together, and they've honestly added so much stability, physicality, and just really star power in the backline. A lot of firepower in the Sharks backline right now. Number 14, Yao Penke. Yao Penke has come a long way this year. I've seen a lot of people complaining about him, but he's become a really solid player for the Sharks. He's buying into the culture. He's a very fast player. I mean, that offload he gave last week, the try assist to Luan Guillaume, was phenomenal. Number 15, the youngster, made his debut last week. Looks a bit like a Pat Lambie kind of a player, gliding across the field, making good decisions. He can play all over the field. He can play 9, 10, 15. Played for Boland in high school rugby. A really class player. Luan Guillaume. I hope I said that right. I'm trying to say it as English as possible. Luan Guillaume. What a proper player this guy is. He is such an awesome player to watch. And he's come out of nowhere. I actually didn't know anything about this guy in high school, but he's just really bursted his way into the scene. A Charlie Hofmeyer, ex-old boy, a phenomenal player, and I think he's going to play a lot of games with the Sharks. What position he plays for them in, I'm not too sure, but he's a really class player right now. And to be honest, this Sharks team right now, it isn't their strongest team. At the start of the year, you'd probably be complaining about this team, saying they're not going to get a result. But looking at this team right now, the starting lineup, it looks like they can go get a result against most teams, especially at home, where the Sharks have a bit of a fortress right now. Looking at the bench, number 16, Edwin Swart, a phenomenal signing for the Sharks. He's been really good coming from the Pumas to the Sharks. He's added so much physicality and stability in this forward pack. I really like him as a player. On the bench, number 17 and number 18, two Springbok players, Oxenchair and Vincent Koch, two World Cup winners. Need I say more? No, I don't. These guys are going to really try come onto the field and make a big impact at scrum time and give a guy with a really good boot like Jordan Hendrickse a lot of opportunities to try kick for the post and add a lot more scoreboard pressure. Number 19, the young, the physical, the big, the athletic, Corné Rol. What a player. Oakdale old boy as well. I know I'm saying a lot of the schools right now, it's because the schoolwear rugby is back in South Africa, which is also very awesome to see. But Corné Rol is a phenomenal player in this team. I do want to see a lot more of Emil van Heerden and Corné Rol going forward. They are a really good lock combination. But Corné Rol is the perfect guy to bring from the bench onto the field to make a really big impact. He's a very good athlete. Number 20, Janus Potgieter, also a very good player, also a very young player as well. The Sharks team has a lot of guys below the age of 25 or below the age of 27, which is very scary to think about their future, and they've still got a lot more guys waiting in the wings as well to get an opportunity. Number 21, it says here, Jaden Hendrickse / Ross Broad. So obviously something must be going on. Maybe Jaden Hendrickse is battling illness or an injury. I'm not too sure there. But either way, Jaden Hendrickse has played a lot better this season. And Ross Broad, what a signing for the Sharks. He looks like the real deal. He's composed. He plays international rugby for Canada. He had a very successful spell in the MLR as well, playing in Canada as well. So he's a really good guy to bring into this team. He was also a bit of a star at schoolboy level for Grey College. So it's good to see him back in the South African environment. He's a very good player. And he looks like he's really found a home at the Sharks as well. Number 22, Jean Smith. His last season in Durban before heading to Benetton. A really good player. I do think the Sharks are losing a good one there, but they also do have young fly halves like a Jordan Hendrickse, like a Vusi Moyo. And I do think Jean Smith is the kind of guy that right now could be playing in the URC for another team. So I think him moving to Benetton is a very good move for him. He's going to add a lot of experience and a really high percentage kicking rate from the bench for the Sharks this week. Number 23, Leroux Milan, a really solid player added to the Sharks ranks this year. He's been playing for the New England Free Jacks for a few years now in the MLR. I think he's won 2 or 3 MLR titles, and the MLR is not bad rugby at all. Honestly, I will say I've seen it play live. The players that are the best players in the MLR are really good, and Leroux Milan has been one of the best players in the MLR for years now. So he's come into the Sharks and he's looking really comfortable. He had a very good game last week against Munster. He adds a lot of stability as well. He's one of those players, he could play at any level and he'll still play really well because he's built for international rugby. He's built for the highest level of rugby. So he is a Namibian international, so he's played at that level before, but he's a really good player for the Sharks and he adds a lot of stability coming from the bench. To be honest, if you do bring him on, you could probably move a guy like Ethan Hooker to the wing, or even if you have to, you can move a guy like Andre Esterhuizen to the loose forwards as well. You know he can do it. He is a hybrid player. But looking at the Cardiff team, Cardiff's gone for Corey Domachowski, Liam Belcher, very good player, Kieran Azarati. They brought a bit of firepower from the Welsh international side right now. Josh McNally, Rory Thornton, James Botham back into the team, a very good player. Number 7, Dan Thomas, he had a really good game last week. Number 8, Tulupi Faletau, adding a lot of international experience. Number 9, Johan Mulder, flew over. I think his wife gave birth in the last few weeks, so that's why he didn't tour with the team originally, but he's back in South Africa. He'll be confident, he'll be comfortable. He's played in the Shark Tank quite a few times when he was at the Pumas. A really good player. If you're a Cardiff fan, let me know what you think of Johan Mulder in the comments. Let me know who your favourite player is as well. I want to hear all of it. But I think he's been a really good signing for Cardiff ever since the move to Cardiff from the Pumas. He's been a really good signing. And I see a lot of the Welsh teams are signing players that play for the Griquas, that play for the Pumas, and they are all really good players. I mean, Sebo Dlamini as well went to the Dragons. He is injured now, but he is a phenomenal player. So it's really good to see these Welsh teams actually giving these really superstar players or potential superstar players some good opportunities. Number 10, Callum Sheedy, a very good player as well. Number 12, Ben Thomas. He'll feel a bit hard done by that he didn't play more in the Six Nations. I was excited to see him play a lot, but he's going to have a lot of hard work ahead of him to really make his way back into the starting lineup for Wales. Number 13, Harry Millard. Number 11, Ewan Stevens. Number 15, Ewan Lloyd. He's a very explosive player at fullback. Number 14, Mason Grady. So this Cardiff team is not a bad team, and just looking at the team, I can see why they are in the top 8. They've been a really tough team to beat this year. They've honestly, as it's kind of a unit, they've really gelled together this year. They've played a lot better rugby. And I think it's the same for all the Welsh sides in the URC this year. They've really been a lot more competitive. And I do want to see Cardiff make the playoffs. I do want to see a Welsh team in the playoffs. And I think they do deserve it. It's going to be a very tough test for them, especially this week in Durban. But I think it's going to be an awesome game on a Friday night. And just remember, Sharks fans, Cardiff have been getting the better of the Sharks in recent history. Looking at the bench, they've gone for Daff Hughes, Danny Southworth, Javin Sebastian, Alan Lawrence, Tane Basham, Ellis Bevan, Rory Jennings, and Elijah Evans. So not the strongest bench compared to the Sharks, but still some really good players. And compared to last week's team, this Cardiff team has really brought some firepower this week, and they're looking like a much better unit. So I think it's going to be a bit of a closer game on Friday night. Sharks choosing a bit of a younger, inexperienced team with some of the experienced players, but not their best team. Cardiff bringing in some of the big guns, ready to fight for that place in the top 8. If they can get a big win, they can even start pushing for a top 4 spot. So things are looking really good for Cardiff, and the Sharks are going to be absolutely desperate to make their way into the top 8. Because honestly, I do think if the Sharks can find a way into the top 8, they'll be a contender in this tournament with their full strength team. So I do think Cardiff are going to stick to their style of play, kind of trust their star players to really go out there and find something within the team. This Cardiff team is a very gritty team. They like a tight game. They like making it physical. I do think the Sharks are going to try to do that as well, but I like the balance the Sharks have brought to their recent games ever since signing JP Peterson as the head coach. I think they've kind of gone back to that style of play where they do trust their defense. They trust their kicking game. They're not going to try to run it from everywhere. I do think the Sharks team that Cardiff have played on the multiple occasions they have played has been a much more all over the show, weaker Sharks team compared to the one now. So I think this is going to be a bit of a different result this game, but I think it's going to be an absolutely epic game at the Shark Tank. What a way to start the weekend. What a way. Let me know your predictions down below, but I'm going to give my prediction right now. I think the Sharks are going to win, but I only think it's going to be by 6 to 10 points. I don't think it's going to be a big win at all. I think it's going to be a very close game. This Cardiff team, just looking at the team sheet, they have a lot more experienced players, bringing in a few Six Nations players as well, and Wales are pumped with confidence right now. The guys got a big win against Italy. They're going to try get a big win against the Sharks as well. All I can say is that the Sharks, if they do this thing where they start underestimating the opposition, they could be losing at home this weekend. But I don't think they will. I think these youngsters are ready to prove a point from the Sharks. And I'm going to say Sharks by 8 points to win this game. If you guys do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I will be doing a match reaction right after the game tomorrow night. So if you do enjoy the content, hang around for that and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one.